Let's talk about 2Q data for both Manhattan and Brooklyn. Now, the number of sales and inventory increased slightly in both boroughs, while pricing actually increased a little bit in Brooklyn, decreased a little bit in Manhattan. We're also going to touch on why it's a great time to be a buyer and why you should be out there right now.
In Manhattan, we saw about 3,150 closed sales. That's up 34%, a big boost from the first quarter. We've also seen supply and demand increase slightly from last year this time.
And breaking down those sales, it was about 1,700 closed sales for co-ops alone, about 1,000 for condos. Overall, though, it was slightly better pricing during 2Q that got buyers out and about.
There were approximately 3,200 contracts signed, which is up 13% from the previous quarter.
Days on market on average right now is about 135 days for Manhattan, up slightly from the previous quarter, about 5% or so. Now, the higher end of the market, the 5 million and up category, is doing slightly better than it's done in previous quarters, thanks to higher negotiability and price cuts.
Manhattan inventory is slowly climbing, about 20% more than last quarter. Active listings also rose for the second consecutive quarter, with highest inventory at or below $1 million.
Moving over to Brooklyn, we saw 1,400 closed sales in Q2, up 14% from the previous quarter. A lot of this is thanks to condo sales that took off throughout the borough.
We saw just over 1,100 contracts signed last quarter, a 23% increase from the first quarter this year. Pricing is also on the rise, with price per square foot up 8% on average.
94 days, that's the average time on the market for properties in Brooklyn, barely changing from the previous quarter.
Almost 1,900 properties are listed, up a staggering 33% from earlier this year. This is great news because it's been a major concern for the buyers in the Brooklyn market. They've been suffering from lack of options to choose from.
So if you're a buyer in Manhattan and Brooklyn, why should you be out and about? Because inventory is slightly increasing in both boroughs. Some of that inventory is in the form of new development. Places like 520 Fifth Avenue in Midtown Manhattan, and tons of boutique condo development throughout Brooklyn.
Another reason why buyers should be out is that rates are better than what we've seen for quite a while. 30-year jumbo loans are hovering around or just over 6.5%. And as we know, summer typically means slower buyer activity, so there's less competition. We're ready to talk.
And if your home is listed right now, it's more important than ever to make sure that it's staying relevant and attractive in a market where we're seeing days on market slowly climb.
And if you are a buyer, let's get you prepared and armed with knowledge so you can take advantage of favorable conditions. We're ready to talk and ready to make some magic happen.